Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Ladies and gentlemen, today's story is something which is not a one-off. As you guys can see on the screen, a girl of 11, a 11-year-old white girl and her mum were stabbed in Leicester Square, central London. This was the guy that saved them. Abdullah, who's 29, who is a security guard. He's a migrant, he's Pakistani, and he's a Muslim. Ironically enough, his name is Abdullah, which is slave of Allah. This individual saw this happening and not my words, he jumped on the attacker and kicked the knife away from him. I'm sure the people that live in the UK know nowadays the culture is somewhat different. You see someone being attacked, the most people will do is take a video or a picture. They won't intervene. So many social experiments have been done. So if he was following British values the way the country is currently, then surely he shouldn't have intervened. On top of that, if the Quran says, if the Muslims believe that the non-Muslims are bad and they shouldn't be helped and they're evil and, our job is to just take them over and, their kids and this and that, why on earth is this guy protecting them by putting his life under threat? Sishan, he's just a one-off. Yeah? You guys do taqiyya. Taqiyya is lying to forward your own agenda. Well, this guy certainly put a lot at risk just to forward his agenda. What agenda if you're dead? You know what I mean? All right, no problem. Let's move on to the train hero. Notice the names here. This guy was called, he's not even in the headline, frankly. Yeah, let's go back. I think the Guardian covered it. I love this country. The migrant hero. The migrant hero who tackled the Leicester Square attacker. He's a migrant hero. He's not a Muslim over here. And over here, this guy, can't really tell if he's Muslim or not. Samaritan. You kind of have to infer from his name, which the right wing and the far right are very good at doing when it comes to everybody else. But here, look at this. GB News reporting the name of the train hero. I just can't do it. So this was Samaritan, and Samaritan was credited for saving multiple lives during a mass stabbing on a train, and he woke up in hospital. Yes, he got stabbed as well. He was of those people that was stabbed. Ladies and gentlemen, the case for Muslims just being evil and pray after our women and children is just not feasible with the amount of contrary evidence. Okay, you might be thinking, fair enough. This guy got stabbed, but he still wanted to protect his agenda. Guy got stabbed for God's sake. He's credited as saving multiple lives. If he's just trying to, I just got to blend in here. Why why get stabbed yourself, frankly? Yeah? Why not save like one and then run off? You're still gonna be a hero. You saved a life. And this guy, a Saudi Arabian student called Hamza Abar, 23-year-old. Yeah, he's labeled as a good Samaritan. But what did he do? Yeah, this guy confronted and pinned down a rapist. So he was going and he saw a woman being raped. He didn't just whip out his phone. He intervened. He ran away. This guy is a hero. Guys, it does not stop there. Yeah, stop with this premature celebration and congratulation. Does not stop there. And if he was just a Muslim that just wants to show that he's good, that's enough. You know what I mean? This guy pursued him. What the flip is he doing? This guy is pursuing him. Not only does he pursue him, he then puts him on the floor, restrains him, then calls the other bystanders or people going by like, help me out, mate, call the police. The police get there, and this guy, even when he's doing it, he gets punched in the face. He said he didn't feel it because of the adrenaline. Ladies and gentlemen, what a hero. And frankly, if you look at the Muslim majority countries, this is no small feat. Like, this happens regularly. Here, I've given you 3 examples. There's probably plenty more, and people are upset. Why didn't you cover him? Why didn't you cover him? This is just a small sample that I'm giving you guys of the actual mentality of the Muslims that they get from scripture. Not the ones that you get told from the far right or the anti-Islamic people who do exegesis of the Quran, then tell you how all of the Muslims are supposed to behave. Well, ladies and gentlemen, is this not obvious enough? Is this not obvious enough, ladies and gentlemen? Of course it is, for the people of intellect, which I hope you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I made my point. Let's leave it there. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.